Hey everyone, welcome back, and today we are going to solve Barclays 225 entry question, and it's kind of tough. Okay, so if you see the input here, A, B, C, B, A, and they're asking us to convert into multiple rows, three A's in one line, and then two B's in another line, and then C. Okay, so basically you have to sort them, and then you have to do the one to many transform. Okay, so for this one to many, I hope you are aware of Normlz. If you are new to the channel, you can go and check the Normlz playlist. Okay, to study about various other use cases. So we'll start today, and I think this question is this for 5 plus. Okay, so if you are up to 5 plus, and then if you are unsure about the solution, you can go through here. So first expectation is, so this being a senior level question, so it's for senior developer. Okay, senior developer position, and they expect you to have a knowledge of multiple functions. Okay, so here we have vector functions combined with a string, and you have other rare functions. Okay, so you need to know how to use that. Okay, so this is this is expectation, and then we'll see how to solve this. Okay, so in addition, they will expect you to solve within within 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, so that's the expectation. So when you see this use case, within 10 seconds I think you can jot on the ETL design. Okay, so within few seconds you can jot on the ETL design, and then in Normlz you have the challenge of coding. Okay, you have to you have to just you have to see, by practice you will come to know. Okay, you will if you brainstorm daily, by practice you will come to know how to how to do this, and then you have to be aware of these functions inside. Okay, so if you are aware of the functions available in Abinitio, you can able to solve within maximum of 2 minutes. Okay, so if you brainstorm daily. Okay, so that's why like we have to practice daily, since we every see as a community we everyone know the positions are less. Okay, so they are like tight and less, so you have to uh, there are like lot of competitions. Okay, so for a 5 to 10 years experience, there are a lot of competitions going on. So unless you are your points, okay, you are unless you have a proper expertise, then it's difficult, okay, to crack the interview. So this is expectation. So we'll see, and they'll be monitoring this. Okay, how we are going to solve this. Okay, so we'll see the concepts here. Okay, before that we'll see, so this is a Normlz. Okay, so I put already, so Normlz component will be going for, and then concepts, as you need to know how to write the Normlz functions. Okay, so you can watch in the playlist above, and then you need to know about the functions. So that's being that's a vector. Okay, so vector, sort, so string, substring. Okay, so you need to be strong in these areas to and then I think this one has a loop concept. Okay, so you need to be strong in these areas. Okay, to to quickly draft that code, and then to build on that, and then at least give the core logic. Okay, so you can just at least give the give the skeleton. I think you guys can give the ETL skeleton. Okay, so graph design. Okay, design you can give, and code skeleton. Okay, so at least to the at least if you crack this to 85 or 90%, then I hope at least they will value your efforts. Okay, some recruiters. Okay, I'm not saying for all the recruiters, but some recruiters, they will value your effort. Okay, so how much you understand, and then how much you're trying to decode this logic. Okay, we'll see the code today. Okay, so the code being, okay, we are including the Normlz, so it has a length function. Okay, so length, and then you have a core. Okay, core Normlz. So for the length in Normlz, you need to know how to see, you need to know here in this one, WABCBA. So on what basis you are converting this into how many. Okay, on what basis on what, like, on what criteria. Okay, so it mainly depends on the letters inside. So you have A, B, C, three letters, and then three rows. Okay, so for that we need to avoid the duplicates first. So remove the duplicate, and then you have to capture the individual unique records. Okay, unique letters. So for that, as you have length. Okay, Normlz, so you should be having, I'll just tell you the core function. Okay, So first vector sort dedo first. Okay, so this one. So now here the input is a string. Okay, so let's take the DML as a string data. Okay, in that case we have to convert that into vector. Okay, you cannot go directly like this. Okay, you cannot directly go and then you can see by the length function you have to capture the length, right? So you cannot like directly code, so this won't work. Okay, because you can't apply vector functions on the string. So you have to replace this string into a vector. So how will you do that? So for converting a string into vector, okay, how can you take that? So you have to reinterpret. Okay, so there's a function, as you know, you can go and search it in the Abinitio directory. Okay, so here I'm just taking that, converting into single string, okay, single length in the form of vector, and then okay, so this is how. Okay, so this is how I think the brackets are fine, right? Yeah, I hope I need to put one more bracket. Yeah, so this is, so in this way we can convert the string, given string. So here you will get the, okay, you will get the output as you have vector, okay, a b c. So that's the output. So so in this case we are taking the length of, so length of the vector. So you will have the output as length as 3. So this 3 will pass this to, will pass to the core function. Okay, so this is a snippet. Okay, core snippet. Okay, I didn't write the skeleton, so you can watch the skeleton and other Normlz videos. Okay, in the initial videos. So I'll just write the core, you know, core logic. So this is over. Okay, so this is done. So this one is done, length is done. So now we'll see the core logic here. In the core logic, okay, so the thing is, we have to have, see, we have to make use of this vector. Okay, conversion of vector. Okay, we have to get those strings in a vector. Okay, that's one point. And then we have to construct a loop to check, okay, to check individual letters, okay, matching letters, okay, with our vector, okay, with our vector index. And then wherever your letters matching, then you have to take it and then you have to print it. Okay, so suppose for example you have a in the last, okay, in the last character, but while printing you have to take those first 2 a's and then the last a. So that means we have to regress through each character, okay, in the given string. So for that we will will construct a for loop. Okay, so I'll just fill the temporary variable later. Okay, so I'll just construct a for loop where if you say length of in data. Okay, so this will give you, length of data will give you 6 letters. Okay, 3 3 6. So length will be 6. I don't have to specify the I plus plus. Okay, so by default in Abinitio, so it means I plus plus only. Okay, the increment will be there, so I don't have to specify. So here the begin and then end. Okay, so it's like it's kind of for loop bracket. Okay, so here I have to write, okay, I have to write a core logic. If string substring in data, the matching, okay, I'm starting with the first, okay, index, and then 1, I'll just take each character, and then here I'm going to use the vector. Okay, so let's say okay, vector and then I. Okay, so this vector will come from here. Okay, so I'll just take this one, and then here I'll just construct on a vector, okay, in the core function. Let's string int vec. Okay, so this one. Okay, yeah, so here we have in this vector, okay, in this vector variable we have a b c. Okay, so in the first run, in the first iteration, you have, okay, you have the first letter a which is matching with the vector. Okay, vector first element, vector first element is a. Okay, so a main matches with a, and then now you have to collect that in a temporary storage. Okay, so temporary storage will be concat. Okay, so I'll be using concat and temp most, okay, most probably. So I'll just give a concat. Okay, and then similarly I can go for another variable, another temporary variable, which is temp. Okay, so both are temporary. So here the concat. Okay, so concat, I'm just going for a string concat. So let's say, yeah, oh, fine, yeah, concat, and then here the temp variable. So okay, temp we have declared, okay, blank temp, and then string substring. We have to take that character, okay, which is matching. So come on, that's it. So this, okay, after this, after storing those matching characters in the concat, you can go for the printing. That's it. Okay, so this is a logic. So here you need to specify two temporary variable. Okay, so put this entire thing in the core normalize function. So this one comes under length function. Okay, so here two temporary variables, and then we have to form a vector. Okay, so this vector value will be this one. Okay, ABC. So three ABCs will be there, and then after that you construct a for loop. Okay, in the for loop you have to match the characters. Okay, for example, where see when the, okay, for example, if it runs for if it runs for this entire index runs for 3 times. Okay, so let's say this entire index. Okay, I'm just writing skeleton for now. Normalize, okay, index comma in, let's say. Okay, so begin and end. Okay, and then here end. Okay, so your entire index. Okay, so here the total, okay, total, see this entire code, okay, entire flow, okay, entire data, okay, entire code will run for 3 times. Okay, so in each, okay, in each time your, okay, your this one, okay, your variable. Okay, so this one for each one, okay, for each loop, okay, your string substring, okay, your string substring of the data input data will match with the character. Okay, so here this index, okay, this index we can use it here, index. Okay, so that means in each, okay, in each normalize run, in normalize index, okay, for each normalize index, okay, you your matching character will be for first. Okay, for example, when it runs for the first time, okay, after the length gives you 3, the 3 passes to normalize, the normalize kick starts, and then the code runs. Now we have vector form, and in vector we have 3 elements a, b, c, which is like 0, 1, 2. Okay, so here and you have see vector and index, we have 0, 1, 2 starting. Okay, so position. Okay, so here index will be 0. So for the first run the index will be 0. So vector 0, vector 0 element if it is matching with the a character. Okay, so here, okay, for every character, okay, for every substring it will match. Okay, for the first 2 letters will match with a, and b, c won't match, and b won't match, and then a will match. So these 3 letters will go to the concat variable for the first run. Okay, so after the first run it will be a in the concat. Okay, okay, and now when the when the normal is run for second time, so we are declaring, okay, we are declaring concat, okay, again to the we are resetting, and then now it runs here, it takes the vector as 1, because your index as your index as the value 0, 1, 2, because it runs 3 times, right? So 1. Okay, so the next time, the second time your normalize runs, it has 1. Okay, so here vector 1 would be b. Okay, so for all these characters, string substring, this loop. Okay, so this is loop, we are running we are starting the loop. So for length of 6. Okay, so length will be 6 starting from I to, okay, 0 to 5, and then here, and then starting 2 digits. Okay, it won't match, a won't match, and then now here b will match, c won't match, and then b will match. So these 2 b's will be added to the concat storage, and then will be printed, and then it goes for the third loop also, third run also. So normally send for third run, and then the second position. Okay, the second position will be here, the vector will be second. Okay, vector 2, and the vector 2 is c. Okay, so the c, so whenever you have c, you're matching. Okay, so string substring c, whenever c matches with c, and then you have a, you're taking that and you're storing it. Okay, So you are, you're fetching that, that I see. Okay, so I think okay, I think this will work. Okay, so you guys can practice this in your GD, and then let me know. Okay, let me know if there's any mistake in it. Okay, any mistake or any, any logic mistake or anything like that. Okay, so we'll just see you guys in the next video. So I hope, I know we have another question. Okay, we have some questions around plans, and then some, some next in sequence again. Okay, again we have some next in sequence but in reformat. Okay, so and another question involving tables. Okay, so tables is dynamic. Okay, so that one concept is there. So these three requests we have got. Okay, so more requests we have got, but next to immediate we have these three. We'll just see that we can see one of these things. Okay, we'll go for, we haven't started plans. We'll just, take it, and then we'll just put it after, next in sequence and everything. Okay, so we have deal sort as well. So we'll just we'll just deal some more use case with the basics. We'll get strong with the basics, and then we'll move to the other yes. Okay, you have continuous flows and plans. We'll slowly go to the other complex areas. Okay, so thanks for watching, and then we'll see you guys in the next video.